Alright, welcome back. This is where we left off last time. And if I remember correctly, we are preparing for war with a major and have almost gotten rid of the Arachnids. I believe all the unit movements are done from last time, which is good. What's the situation with the councils? It's good to always check on your councils and see what they're up to. What they're researching, what the progress is. Okay. It's also very smart to stockpile cash in the early game when you are able to sell resources very easily to the private sector because the credits become very valuable later on, especially during major wars. So it has become a little hard to come across them because when you are mobilizing large swaths of the population, that will contract your economy, which will make it a bit harder to balance things out. It's definitely important to have a war chest. Something in the scope of 20 to 30,000 credits, I would say. Oh, it started going down suddenly. Ah, I see, that's why. Okay. Just balance it out with a purchase. The metal's going up faster than we can sell it, so we can just keep doing that. Okay. I would like even more recon on the major, if that's possible. This card is not gonna succeed, so I'm not even gonna bother wasting the points on it. I think that's enough. For now. They're behind on tech compared to us. Their industry is still on 2 with a level 1 bureaucratic office. Do I have a report on them? Egland. I only have the economy report and not the military one. The more recon you get on major regimes, and minors by extension, although the minors only have overviews, so it doesn't matter much besides their diplomacy impacts. You will see an economy overview, a trade overview, an economic, I already mentioned economic, a military overview, and then just their general facts and everything will show up, their technology. You always have your own over here. You can always look over them to see. So it's definitely very important to keep your eyes peeled for Intel because it ultimately governs the choices you will make in the game. So, okay, there's definitely going to be a rebellion over there. This leader, I wanted someone else than military command, I think. I think I'll just use this guy. I mean, he's fine enough. He's cap 1. I like to usually throw cap 1 leaders at military units that are not too important because ultimately combat actually gives a lot of experience. So they have a pretty easy time leveling up. Wow, that's a lot of unrest. Zones. It's suppose the unrest doesn't matter that much if it's gonna rebel anyways. Bit awkward regardless. It's mine. It's never happening. Okay. I should probably... I definitely need an army over there if I want to squash that rebellion. But I could just send light tanks. Dilemma is I could wait and see where the rebels pop up, but if they pop up on the road and they cut off my logistics, then that's a pretty bad situation. I think I'll just raise an independent tank and a buggy. And I'll just try to put them down with those independent units because I don't have the manpower for another infantry of HQ. And another infantry of HQ would be helpful up here regardless. Always very important to have an infantry front line. I meant to change that. No, it's... I don't have any more attachments available. Okay. I always pay attention in the bottom right over here to where I can move my units to get the most action points, because the more action points left over, the more they can stay in the actual combat when it does happen. There. I don't... let's see. Oh, they have 15 readiness, so it doesn't really matter if I attack with anything squishy, I think. I'll just scramble. Yeah, there we go. That's just easy experience for everyone involved. Let's see. Yeah, they got like... Oh, they didn't actually gain anything because they didn't kill anything. Okay. You can form in over there. I think I'll just take this army back and focus down the major as fast as possible. This card is good, supposedly, here because it means the buggies are gonna have less defense. And their soft defense is pretty high with that machine gun. It is essentially a machine gun that's motorized. That's always good to see. I'm not quite sure what the AI is doing. They have the bulk of their army over here, but seems to just ran off in the few turns that have passed since. A moment of recollection isn't a bad thing. Let's check with this unit. Okay, that's relatively easy. So that's 40% stats on defense. That's gonna be a bit of soft attack, and the hard defense is gonna go up. But the thing is, right? It doesn't matter if the hard defense of the enemy unit is that high if their weaponry is not able to pierce the armor of the tanks. Everything in the game has a caliber. And if you have a caliber that's equal to the armor or higher, you are able to deal full damage. But if it is below that, the damage you will be doing is relatively low in relation to how low your caliber is to the armor. But the manual speaks on this. But generally speaking, if infantry and machine guns want to reach armor penetration values that are actually able to pierce 50mm light tanks, if I'm not mistaken, they will need charged Gauss weaponry or Gauss. I'm going to check actually, just to make sure. So small arms and machine guns by default have 20 millimeters of penetration. Any sort of small arms and MGs that are laser have 30 millimeters. And any small arms and MGs that have plasma count as 50 millimeters of penetration. Which is also why you shouldn't really make vehicles that only have 5 millimeter plating. Because, yes, it will count as a hard defense. It will count as a hard target when it is being attacked. But it will get penetrated absolutely by anything ever. And the hit point pool will be tiny, and even a tiny amount of hard defense or hard attack will kill the vehicle. And it's just not worth it because the chassis has like a flat cost to it, and the gun costs something too, right? I think 50 millimeters is a sweet point for both tanks and buggies, even though it is supposedly their maximum, because it just insulates them from so many occasions where they could maybe die. And when you do actually have a Gauss infantry on the field, you most likely have side skirts, right? Which buff the light tanks' ability to survive infantry. The side skirts are a tech, which is quite important. It is right over here, and it will greatly increase the hit points against infantry of tanks. All of the tanks made after the research of the technology. So that's something quite important, I figure. I'm not in a hurry to fight for now, I think. Because I do have that rebellion brewing. And once the rebellion is done, I can just pull these units over here and have an even easier time, maybe. I'm not opposed to waiting a little bit longer, maybe a few turns. Speaking of, I have clarified I'm only really doing this series to train two of the newer players that I'm playing multiplayer with. I do play multiplayer with a group of people, and well, if you've made it this far in watching this, you can always ask about joining for multiplayer. I wouldn't be necessarily opposed to it. Currently, the game I am partaking in with my friends is 7 people in one lobby. It is a pleasant experience, I'd say. More machines necessary. I would definitely suggest you try to play this game multiplayer if you can. With whoever you deem fit. Just don't play it with random people online because people are often guilty of optimizing the fun out of games, and that just takes all the fun out of it, really. And this will be the rebel deployment. Always limit the rebel deployment, you just spend a little PP to political power to make it go away, basically. Gonna move the buggy in between so I can get recon on both and choose. And I think I'll take this one out first. And I'll make sure the road doesn't get cut off. Okay. Right. I am going to need another tank for this. Most definitely. You can't use units in the same turn they're raised. So it'll have to wait until next turn. The recruit pool is looking good. Worker strike, but it should be fine, yeah. Adventurers, 1834. That's hot, that's absolutely horrible. Wow. Huh. Uh, suppose I might as well try. The nice thing about the scavengers is that if you kill the unit that the feat is embedded with, the feat also dies. And they retreat so quickly the lance doesn't even matter. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Being online. I'm going to promise holding the zone. It might not happen. The text perk. It's good profile points anyways, regardless. This is fine. Um, Whiteshire. Whiteshire. Shire. Most definitely not. I'm not gonna bother with this. The advisor, the secretary, will be picking this anyways. Either the secretary or the leader that asked will just make a decision that they deem fit. So it should be fine. What's this readiness 30? Don't think I could actually break it anyways. Yeah, unit moved away. Let's see. A militia stack. If I move this up, not enough recon still. Okay. Alright. I think I'll wait until I get one more OHQ. So I can attach the other independent units I have on the border. And then I'll just pull the trigger. Because I don't want to wait too long on it, because the AI will most likely be building an army in the background, right? Yeah, the temperature has changed so quickly in the past few days, it's absolutely horrible. This is very good. Discovered the organization for light tanks, which is great. Logistics wise, this is a major river, so the road would cost quite a bit, but I think I'll have to. It's not that much, it's only 200 in the grand scheme of things. It will be fine. And then I'll allow only pull points to go up so the troops over here can actually be supplied. And that was an ambush, but didn't take much damage because they didn't have much readiness anyways. And there we go. I think I'll just wait until moving this unit. I'm not sure if I'll actually have supply in that time. At least this is a wonderful training for the light tanks. I wanted you here. Let's see. That's pitiful. Actually pitiful, wow. It is possible that the two mages are actually fighting, maybe. Although I'm not sure. They do sometimes, they do often actually fight each other. No military details yet. So, we're in the blind on that one. I'll just get the university out of the way first. Grimsel. What is Grimsel? Yeah. This, I'm not upgrading this yet because it will just spam me with bad events anyways. Warrior Knight. Okay. I want to start any buildings while at it. I definitely need that power plant, I think. Might need to upgrade the oil there, who knows? Gonna get more scavenge online. This has 12,000 instead of 10,000, so I'll just do this one first. It's the wrong button. And those will need more machines regardless.
Roger that. Roger that.
Still building. I have the workers here, so I'll also get the bureaucratic office there, and that should be okay. I would love to break this unit out, but this is a city with a bunch of troops on it. And I have better things to attend to. It's only a few militiamen anyways, so... If you don't move an army, they're actually gonna starve slower. So sometimes what happens is this unit might just survive long enough to complete its quest of holding the Hexburg. That would be certainly pretty useful. Now, not OHQ. That light tank unit priorities for like operationalization. I do not need occupation right now. I think this is fine. Suppose they'll ask next turn. Okay. Not much happening here. It's finally going up. They immediately built an air base in the town, okay. Yeah, it is actually use planes nowadays. So that is something to watch out for, but I don't think they have anything too meaningful at this tech level, so... You up here. Not too concerned about this swath of land. I'll just send 2 machine gun battalions up north to hold it or something along that. This is the 4th infantry. Change to the 4th. And change to the 4th. Okay. I think I'll attach the independent motorized artillery to the light tank OHQ whenever I do deploy it way later. Something to keep in mind is that it's actually really bad to just have a large stockpile of metal and or IP in the background if you don't plan on doing anything with it. This is actually not a great example I'm setting here. I'm just treating it more casually right now because you really don't need to be that serious about it. But if you are going to try your hardest, you should always crunch the numbers and make sure you're building to capacity. So I will actually... can I upgrade my industry? I think I can, but not so much. I don't have enough in stockpile, and I do not think the surplus would outweigh. I'll just get more bureaucratic offices to go in hand with the power plant, fixing the power issue. I think I'll just start building them everywhere. Here too. This place gets a barracks actually. And the motorized backend. The unrest definitely dropped down due to the active rebellion. I could have waited for the other light tank, but I didn't feel it's necessary. Both of these have 50mm plating, so they're pretty strong. All in all. Annoyingly enough, they retreated into the mountains now, and I cannot dislodge that at all. Because the tanks and the buggies cannot go into low or high mountains unless there's a road present. So I think I'm just gonna put 2 machine gun brigades adjacent, and I'm gonna forget about it next turn. As for this, there is no penalty to actually declaring the war. I don't think. I really think it's best to just go at it now. Cut this off quickly. Move that infantry up. Move this tank. That tank. Get this OHQ. Can't move it. Okay. Just attack like this. Should be fine. They don't have any hard defense, so they can't do anything about it. I'll just surrender. No recon on this roll, but it's forest and infantry should be able to hold just fine. Doesn't seem they have anything too impressive themselves, hit point wise at least. Usually with artillery, you can just use move to attack into something. But if you don't have enough AP, but you have enough AP to bombard, just use ranged attack. And just show. I actually should bring up. Do I have any more buggies to bring up for units for recon? 115 recon, 147. One fig good enough. Ranged attack. They don't have suits yet, so the chemical teams are helping. They are useful early on, most definitely. Not much readiness damage, but that's because the units that actually got hit died too at the same time. Let's move up. Keep this in the back line here somewhere. Okay. I do want more recon, but it's a bit hard to infiltrate here. The difficulty of the spies infiltrating zones and the chances of them dying after infiltration have everything to do with the covert ops skill of the governor of a zone. So if you want to make sure other players are not spying on you in a multiplayer game, make sure all of your leaders have good covert ops skills. It's gonna get more recon on the other guys, I suppose. That'll be good enough. Let's see if anything happens. That major is definitely preparing to attack or something like that. We denied their improved relations offer, and we are now at war with another major. But given it's a mountain, it should be relatively simple to hold them in place, I think. Maybe should build a bunker too. Just to be sure. Let's see. The medium tank, the side skirts, very important and useful. Another double shift card, which will outweigh our IP deficit this turn.
Aye, aye, sir.
What did I make last time and how good is it? I made a medium tank with good rolls, I'd say, for a beginning, and they have a pretty good gun. Okay. I remember now. This is good. We can use this. Let's see. Heavy MG formation with an entire OHQ. Okay. Start moving this to the actual front line. Replace the machine gun I moved away. Can't place a machine gun here. I'll just raise one here. The logistics are not good enough. I'll just move the militia, I guess. For now. We can entrench. I don't see any reason not to allow excess points to go this way. That should allow me to raise a militia over there. The worker count's okay. I'm gonna build a bunker. This will insulate the troops in this tile from artillery barrages, and they do have an independent battalion over here. The recon is low, so I'm not sure if it's actually 20 guns or if it's a full unit of 50 guns. Move up. I'd really like that X-Perk. It's empty. I don't have the movement though. I don't want to waste the artillery's time, so I'll just put the militia in that tile. It's across a major river into a ruin. I don't think it can get more defensible than that, so they should be fine on their own. Nation. Want a military? Don't have one. Let's get the junior then.
Roger that.
That's good enough. The ideology is correct too. Okay. What else can we get? I don't really see anything that interests me, to be honest. What can I get that would unlock something later on? I don't have rockets, so getting the mechanized arty for the rocket launch was pointless. Could make a plane to unlock the later planes, I suppose. I think that's what I'll do. Let's try designing a plane, which is not too bad. Let's get the fighter bomber with the prop engine. Just give it some. This planet does not like planes. The ground speed is just too bad. Huh. Okay, what about get it to take off? Sweet. I'll come back to this when I have a better engine. I suppose I may as well start rolling for a mechanized arty. I think may as well go all in on that aspect of the gun. We're using 300mm anyways, and I think 50 steel plating for now is enough. I'd like to consult the blueprint on it though. 105 with 50, what engine do you need? Triple? Double's fine, I think. Double is fine.
Copy that.
Let's see what stats that has when it's done. What are you? Don't know. Just the infantry. On no stuff, fluid defense. No. It doesn't have any RPGs. It has a pattern virus suit unit. That's not too scary on its own. I haven't even gotten gas powered small arms or ghosts or anything, so I don't see a reason to upgrade to pallet. That's juicy, okay. What caliber is this? 105? 240. 240 with pallet suits, okay. Yeah, I like artillery too. Move you there. You there. I suppose this OHQ is better off holding the side against this miner. Take that. Okay. Kind of nuked the worker count in this city. Hasn't been able to raise enough to cope, but that's fine. I'm not sure what's up with the bug, where the unit formation sometimes doesn't show up. It seems they strafed us with their recon plane model, I think. At some point you play the game enough, you can just recognize what sort of equipment each type of vehicle is. Like the light tanks can be Abraham, Blitzer, Crusader, assault gun discovered. But the assault guns are very funny because they are equally good on the offensive as far as soft attack is concerned, but they are cheaper. So you could just make a soft attack assault gun. You can make an assault gun that's 50 steel plating, 60 howitzer, an okay engine, and it's basically a light tank but cheaper. It's definitely something to consider, I think, in the game. Let's see. I would actually like to up this Silk Road, but it's a bit pricey. This is a truck station 2.6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, because I would like to upgrade it to level 3. Put the supply base down. That upgrade, that building didn't happen to do machinery, which is fine. We'll do a truck station 3 to match the station in the capital. Okay. I keep forgetting about the machinery. I'm so used to just having heavy industry working in the background. Now, if we manage to get their solar panels, that would be great. This is their GR infantry, which doesn't actually have the hard defense to kill the tank, which is great. I would like to encircle this, but I can't really see how I could do that. But maybe there is something I can. Let's see if this works out here.
Engage enemy. Mission successful.
Okay, and then the tank to envelop. The game is very much inspired by World War II. So Encirclements and mechanized forces are what will rule the battlefield, essentially. As much as some World War One media would be lovely, we're stuck with World War Two. That's pretty inexistent readiness they've got over there. Let's see. Looking good so far. Readiness. Don't believe those odds, but I don't like playing with fire. The hit points are low as is. I don't think I should try it. Let's see. I don't think there's anything here. Okay, there is actually something there. But we actually managed to kill one of them in riposte, which is good. Is that gonna work out? What readiness do they have low? Let's try it out. Alright. You win some, you lose some. This is why infantry is not a very good... the readiness even went up. This is why infantry is not a very good offensive tool, it's just too squishy. Those roads now. This is cheaper, so whatever. The game says so, it must be. Let's keep going. He has moved now, we do. When I added the buggies in, it actually lowered the odds, but that's actually one of the reasons why you should ignore those odds. Because the buggy was an asset in providing recon. See, I think I want you dead more. So, they have a debuff over here for caliber, and if I add the buggies, the debuff goes away. That's why the odds are saying they're lower. I don't have supply here, so I don't want to move in. On that back. It is feasible I might outrun my supply line because I am advancing so quickly, so I'm gonna stack those light tanks in the rear, just in case. Is anything happening here? Is this their capital? It is. And they don't have the mountain? No, it's not. Where is their capital then? I can't tell. Seriously, pretty... Is it actually? No, they can't be. There's no have city.
Roger that. Roger that. Roger that. Roger that.
Okay. That should help us locate the capital now. Portraits. It's meritocratic fist choice. I mean, the hard profile is already maxed out, and meritocracy and fist aren't bad, so I think it serves better to just make the governor happy in this situation. I have nothing that a lower mind right now, so heart will still fall down regardless if I bump it up. That's a light infantry battalion on charge, okay. Get me a machine gun. Get me the other machine gun. And get me... I would like anti-tank guns, but... What's the anti-tank gun model we have again? Is it good? It's... mediocre at best. It has okay hard attack. Hard defense, I mean. I think I'll plop it down next turn. To be in the range of the light tanks, because those matter the most. Not gonna bother raising those MGs. I'm just gonna have the infantry cordon it off, because I have too much stuff here anyways. The logistics are beginning to struggle. I think upgrading the trucks in the capital would be a wise move. The metal's going down is bad, but I would love to upgrade the truck station in here too. I think it'd be a great asset. And this hasn't actually received metal this turn, so the deficit is worse than I would think it is. So I'll just wait anyways. Let's see what the AI does. Okay, I'm gonna have to get more units on that border. They're definitely happy to attack, I think. And this is one of the problems you may encounter in your own games. The AI is very happy to dogpile. It will rarely miss out on an opportunity to dogpile. Those guys got wiped out. Metal deposit, that's good. Double shifts again. Let's see. That's an awkward border. So that's a city and okay, wow. All right. Sure. That's a lovely place for a capital. There's something to note is that the AI builds roads. This is concerning the different rules the AI majors play by. The AI majors are able to build roads at no cost whatsoever. So they can just put roads down for free. Now, you might think this is a bit weird, right? But if the AI was not able to do this, they would most certainly nuke their economy by building useless roads. It is a bit annoying when it concerns mountains, but it's fine. It's okay. I think the player is able to make up for that advantage much more. They also research differently. They don't actually have to roll the dice on discovering technology. Their tech costs are higher, and they just pick the technology they want with the BP points they have accumulated. So the AI is able to focus certain things, but it's an AI, so it's not very smart. The only thing you should keep in mind, it has a tendency to be really careful about upgrading infantry. Which, well, fair enough. I want a OHQ of machine guns. Right over here. I'll have the manpower or the logi for it, but it's fine. I want the machine guns first. Be filled out. Then I'll just put the rest of the infantry as much as I can. Yeah, the logistical points are starting to peter out over here. I need that. I just need it. I'm gonna keep this tank over here just in case. They might get into those planes here, and in that case, I'll have to beat them back with the tank. Let's get that airfield out of the way. Keep moving. What's this? Just the militia. Attacking with this, it will crumble immediately. They actually had a RPG, and it was able to kill one of the tanks. But that's fine. We have the material to just replace things. I shall not have immediately expended the manpower before doing the combat this turn. You should pay attention not to make that mistake. But the logistic network here is so bad, I don't really think... Not that bad, actually. But I don't think it would have reinforced immediately anyways, because we're pretty far from the road. So that's more of a guess than anything. I'm kind of curious what this actually is. I would like to beat it back. But I have better things to worry about, I wager. Let's get the artillery in. What's more important? This one. Ranged. Don't get down. Don't attack them with the nuclear warhead, ideally. That's a lot of infantry. Let's do a bit of a larger attack on it. Let's see what happens. Yep. The sheer soft attack of light tanks and buggies just immediately overwhelm them at their low readiness. Their caliber isn't strong enough to damage the vehicles. The stratagem made up for that, but the readiness was just too much of a malus. And we also rolled good over here with the SHQ and the terrain for concentric attack as we attacked from two directions. That was their solar panel languages, Turk. We can keep going, maybe. They surrendered immediately because of low readiness, and the morale wasn't that high either. You need to stay here and hold this. You go. I am a bit concerned about moving up the... This has 2 RPGs, but I think it will be fine. I'm a bit concerned about moving up the infantry at all, given how incredibly squishy it is, and theirs is better. But I need a front line, so it's whatever. I'll just park this here, I think. Some recon, okay. Charge is a very good card, and it pertains to the heart profile. I've mentioned it before, it's right over here. 80% attack on infantry is absolutely brilliant if you have combat armor and ghosts. Yeah, winning wars essentially just rests more on having more equipment. Having good enough equipment and enough of it to dictate the pace of battle, because if you can dictate the pace of battle, you can do what you want. Given the game is inspired by the Second World War, naturally the best tactics will be essentially Soviet tactics. So multiple lines of defense when you are defending is postpone. If you postpone this, the more turns not pass, the cheaper the councils will be. I would like heavy industry. I'm struggling for machinery constantly. Grimsel again striking. That's a lot of workers. The barracks are done though. Okay, that's more like it. That should give us some fear to lower the unrest with. Yeah. I'm a bit concerned about the science outpost, but it's okay. If the enemy takes it, it'll still be there. I'll just have to take it back, is all. I want those mountains, and I'll just pop in the low mountains with the trucks and buggies. I suppose wheeled vehicles are actually able to enter low mountains. It's only the tanks that are not able to. Oh no, the tanks are able to do it too. I was speaking from experience. A war I fought on a surf planet in a multiplayer game. The tanks couldn't enter mountains when I scrapped the roads, as I was on the defense. But those were high mountains then. So yeah, but if you look at the high mountain over here, the AP cost will be listed as NA or none. You cannot enter with a tracked vehicle or a wheeled vehicle. You can only enter with walkers, airplanes, infantry. Okay. It's a bit of a blind spot, but it's fine. Just pass the turn and see what the AI does. I hope I can put that infantry formation in position. And I'll also give it a defense card immediately. AI is consolidating. The AI also likes to use defense and depth, it just kind of uses it wrong. It doesn't have multiple lines of defense, it just has one line of defense, it keeps moving back continuously. We got attacked, but we killed more than we lost. I'm not gonna play bad Russians right now. It's not good. Idea. Let's do a popular rally on the city because it is constantly unhappy. Let's move these units to hold the flanks. This can be held by independents, I don't mind. HQ's defense. Do I have an entrench? I have an entrench. I'm gonna use the entrench because the entrenchment in the mountains is massive, and buffing it even more will be great. Because my biggest concern on my infantry is the hit points, not the soft attack and defense numbers. And I have some recruits, I can afford to do the replacements ahead of time. And only 600 more infantry. Okay. Let's get back to the actual front. The AA actually has pretty okay hard defense. Hard attack and soft defense and soft attack. So don't really attack into this if it's like actually entrenched. It can double as an anti-tank gun, basically. This formation is so tiny, it's basically useless, so I'm gonna move it back to garrison duty in the city with strategic redeployment. I'll move up the tank here. Okay. Moving this up on the road. I'm gonna follow the infantry doesn't care about the road in plains, but it does care about it when you're crossing rivers. Get that. I am certain it moved out. 18 is
Negative to breach.
something else moved in. Did it? Play. This here. It moved away from this tile, but there was something here, regardless. Annoying. It's not like I had any recon to bring in to make sure either. Oh well. Fine. Could technically attack into this because, well, they don't have that locust swarm anymore. I'll just give it a go and see how it goes. Yeah, that's fair enough. They didn't get the lance, annoyingly, but yeah. I am concerned about my infrastructure, so I'm gonna drop another machine gun here. I do need more food. I have the water for it. I will be getting a higher level dome farm. What else do I need? There was a metal mine discovered somewhere over here. I think it's time to get that going too. Get the. I pull up the different menu over here with right click. I only use it for traffic signs because it's basically under the mouse when you right click. Otherwise, I'm just used to using this personally. It's use the UI however you wish. There's multiple ways to do everything.
Affirmative.
Which is one compliment I can actually give to the UI. I want prettier zone borders. There we go. With that complete and workers being in excess, I'm gonna go for a hospital actually. This zone needs the quality of life and happiness more than the other ones. This one needs something too, but it's busy with the truck stop. Does it have the workers? No. Okay. Let's see. Can't get any intel on that. Brilliant. What's this? Rifle guards. Yeah, okay. Can't penetrate anything. I'm gonna position the artillery. Shell this here. That's a lot of units on defense with AI. What are you? I don't want to waste the movement points on this recon here. I'd rather just attack directly with it, honestly.
Move it now.
That will be their oil drill. I'm gonna mothball this immediately. I don't need the energy from this one. Mothball it too. It's just straining the workers of this down actually. Wow, okay. Nice borders. I'll take their metal mine too, why not? That's already mothballed. And this is a very weak formation. I can just push it back. Do I want the infantry in? No.
Do it now.
It was a bigger, the Intel Light. That's one way the Intel Light stay doesn't tell you all the units present. But that's fine. I just gonna hold it off because the tank gets readiness anyways. Gonna get those light tanks in to exploit the gap. Get some infantry, get that metal mine. I would actually like to scrap it because I think I might lose it next turn. But oh, these guys are training. What the hell? What? Low readiness on these guys. And I have the GR unit here too. Do I have anything to bolster it? No. I'd launch a nuke on these guys actually. Attack with anything. Besides this. Sure. Why not? The militia units may die, but they're gonna attract shots from the other guys, so, you know. Just to help with the low but possible chance the tanks do actually receive a critical hit, or maybe an RPG snuck in or something. Okay, that's good. Let's go. Okay, the tanks did get... It ran out of AP. And retreated. But we got good kills on them and tanked their readiness, and that's what matters. Let's see, their readiness tanked from 38 to 20. That's really good. Move it here too. They will most likely throw a bunch of units in the city, which is not good. I would love to get some recon over there to maybe launch the ICBM at them. It would be pretty funny. Would be pretty funny. Without the chem team too. I think I'll do it, why not? Chem team with a spotter drone.
Aye, aye, sir.
And then launch it. Where do I attack with this? Move up. The readiness does affect the attack number of the artillery too. I could wait a turn to get the biggest number, but they might go into the city by then, so there we go. And I'm not sure how much that killed. The limited intel I have tells me about 600, but I feel like, yeah, that's gonna hurt. And now they have really low readiness. And it's a pretty battle formation, so I might be able to assault the city next turn with all the mechanized forces I have. Just gonna postpone this. Whiteshire special item. This is heart. And meritocracy, we don't mind meritocracy. Sure, why not? Makes the leaders happy too. I'm actually gonna get a senior in charge of the Defense over there? They're always pretty decent at things, but they will retire in like 2 years or something.
Order acknowledged.
It's just as long as they're a threat on my border, basically. Just to make sure everything's okay. Everything's moved, nothing else to do. I was not in move mode, I was in ranged attack mode. Yeah. Okay. Cool, let's see what the AI does in this one. Troops still shuffling over there, which makes no sense. Because, well, it's nowhere near anything else besides our border, so they're definitely thinking about it. Another strafing run in which they even managed to lose 10 planes because they're recon and they have low hit points. And the machine guns actually have any sort of machine gun in this game, be it on a buggy or with infantry, has an anti-air metric that's pretty low but feasible. Guided RPG, armored army. Hey, what is this? Why? Oh well. It's not even an actual worthwhile unit. Good thing I had this guy here. Just gonna starve them out, I guess. And I don't figure it would be very worthwhile to attack them because they'll just retreat, but I may as well. It's a bigger unit than anticipated, the Recon Light. But we fought them and won anyways, okay. Yeah, just go there. Let's see what's in the capital. Nothing of note. That's a weird misplay from the AI, but we are on beginner. Something funny I also figured is if you give the AI on beginner more time to think, they actually make even worse choices. This doesn't apply here, because this is beginner AI without more time to think. But yeah, they like try to play out such insanely long-term schemes that they just fall flat. This is a 60 mil anti-tank gun. I'm gonna bring artillery to weaken it. Casualties be downed in the city. Yeah. Let's see. Does it mention civilian casualties here? No. That's good. Is there bunkerization in the zone? No. Okay. Well, lucky. That's what I'll do. I'll just cram everything into one big attack. Because the river, why not? The infantry is not gonna be in time, but that's fine. Just go along the river, I guess. They're still gonna be fighting from this city after we're done with them, but alas. And move more this and move more that. Don't need those. That's just a lot of workers you're hiring over nothing. Didn't even notice the goddamn what's his name? The down farm.
Roger that.
Working on that war chest in the background. The rare metals are actually quite valuable later on for polymer armor, but they're actually pretty easy to fetch from ruins or whatever. And if you have such a worker surplus, you may as well get another recycling here. With some more machines that I won't forget about this time, I hope. You have more workers than you need, so you can also do the same thing. Do the traffic. Always do your traffic signs ahead of time. It saves so much effort. And which one has more scavenge? 12? 6. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Alright. Let's see how this goes. I assume it will be a handy victory. But you never know. These numbers, yeah, okay, all of these units are debuffed, but this is like anti-tank that has a big enough caliber to pierce all of our armor and actually has high enough defense to kill the vehicle, so we're just gonna rely on numbers here. And we nearly won. But not quite. That did lower their ability to fight, I'll say that much. Need to do a road sign here. This road network became circular, which is not great. It's gonna ignore that, I think. Let's replenish directly into the units so they're ready for next turn. The readiness damage didn't take that much readiness damage, which is good. The light tanks are too heavy to reinforce here. It's too much logistical overhead. Okay. Gonna need to remove that then. And it should be okay, otherwise. Gonna make sure to move these guys in their position. Or I should be fine. And let's see what else we can do with the forces we have left. Next turn, the GR equipment will also be able to attack, which is great. Do I fear this? We can't actually overcome the hit points of the tank. I don't. Okay, go ahead. It's also GR infantry, but whatever. Yeah, very low hit points on the AA, so it only really works if it's entrenched or if there's other units to take away the fire, so to say. I think I don't care about this area, actually. I'll attack you all the way, sure, but
Do it now.
I think I'll just go away. As you can see, this tank died without actually being killed by anyone, because they will have a red one with a slash, right? The reason why this tank died here is because it was a river crossing, a major river crossing, right? Sure, I'll take the agri farm actually. And armor has a chance to die if it is traversing difficult terrain. So keep that in mind. This infantry HQ is finally gonna be holding this major river here, so I look forward to that, so maybe I can pull this tank over here. A headquarters needs to come closer, because that's barely in range now. It's only 75% in range. I should have had this closer to the actual fighting, but I forgot, frankly. So that's another mistake you should always watch out for. Make sure your HQ is actually in range. And this guy, he has pretty okay tank and mobile tactics numbers, so that is something to keep in mind. And let's replace those tank casualties. Operationalize the light armor, yeah. What would I like? I would like... I'm gonna roll for a APC to see what sort of stats I get, and I'm just gonna guess what engine would be fine. Enforcement. Nothing that loses us mine, but more heart, yeah, sure. Confirm, don't care. Let's see, what did we get on that mechanized arty? That's... I mean, it's good. Structural design, but everything else is kind of bad. and the soft attack is pitiful, frankly, with only 2 attacks per combat round, but yeah. Is what it is. And it has been an hour and 15 minutes now. I think I will be stopping here on this bit of an unfortunate note with the failed attack on the city. Although their anti-tank guns have been rendered useless. So if they don't move in way more infantry next turn, we should be able to take it. Thank you for your time.